got his head out of the water. He hears this sound. He hears. He's looking around. He sees a killer whale coming out of the water. He starts swimming after it. He grabs his tail. He goes for a ride. He lets it.
To begin the performance literacy process with pre-K children, they need to have storytelling modeled for them. Their teacher should choose a short story with plenty of opportunities to tell dramatically, using sound, body movement, and facial expression. This will guarantee that their audience is listening and interested. Next, tell the story again, and invite some of the students to help act it out. If they don't know what words to say or sounds to make, tell them. The important thing is that they are standing up in front of the rest of the class, helping you tell the story, and that they feel supported. After telling the story 2 or 3 times with different students helping you, ask the children what their favorite animals are. Invite a student to draw a picture of their favorite animal on board. Write the animal's name with an arrow pointing to the animal. Invite a couple more children to do the same thing. While they are drawing, write the words lonely, hungry, and lost on the board. These words form the problem or conflict of their story. You may wish to use other story themes with your students. Tape a large piece of paper on the board. Invite another student to draw an animal picture on the paper. Ask them what problem they want their animal to have, lonely, hungry, or lost. Ask the student questions about the animal. Write the responses. When the lion was hungry, what did it do? Where did the lion go? Did it find any food? What did it eat? Next, tell the story back to the student, filling in minor details when necessary. Use plenty of sound and movement. Then ask the student to tell the story back to you. By now, the class is hooked. Pass out papers and crayons or pencils, and ask all the students to draw their animal. Ask the aides or parents to join you in assisting with writing the students' stories. The teacher and the aide or parent then tells the story to the student. The student then retells their story back. After they have rehearsed a few times, invite the student to tell their stories to the entire class. In some cases, the teacher should tell it first or with the student. Many of the students will need some scaffolding. Invite parents, other classes, and community members to watch the children tell their own stories. It's a remarkable occasion and cause for celebration.
I was amazed at how well they could tell the story back. They can't do that when you just read them a book and then you say, what's the story about? You get all these blank faces. But when he asked, okay, now it's your turn to tell the story, the child was, number one, shocked that somebody expected them to do that, but then they did it, and they told the whole story without the hand motions and stuff, but they were able to tell the story from the beginning to the middle to the end.
Ready? There's a little monkey at home with his parents. But he wanted to play with his friend the giraffe. You could see his long neck.
The focus when you're reading a book is on the book, not on the child. When we did this storytelling, the focus was on real life, immediate, something tangible the children could get involved in, and they are very much involved in the immediate as opposed to the future.
Once upon a time, the giraffe was lonely, and he looked for some food, and he licked some water out of a lake. And then he went home and gave his parents a big hug.
Very good.
Oh,
What happened at the end?
He gave his parents a big hug.
I think that the biggest part for me was watching how attentive they were and how well they were able to tell the story back, and the fact that they were able to come up with stories themselves so quickly.
Do you think that storytelling is being used as much as it could be in the early childhood classrooms?
Oh, no, No, not even close to as much as it could be. It could be the basis for all learning. That you could tell stories about science, or you can tell fiction stories. The kids could just think they're in a storyland.
Do you think that the performance literacy lesson was effective for the children, and why do you think it was effective?
I think it was amazingly effective because, first of all, we had 4-year-olds sitting still, and they sat still for like 20 minutes, which was amazing. And they were totally engrossed in the activity. They really, really enjoyed it. When it came time to offer to do it, they were just about ready to jump out their skins because they all wanted to get up there and present, and they wanted to be part of it. It's fun and it's easy to implement.
And so you feel confident that your staff could be trained in performance literacy fairly quickly? And
yes, absolutely.
Wait a minute. I don't have to apologize, because only apologize, and I ain't no So instead of apologizing, he said, "You should have been laying there in the middle of the trail, you old inflated hot dog." And I looked out, and there, about 15 feet away, was a gingerbread man. Standing, he's about this tall. He's standing on something, but he was like this. He's looking at me like this. And then he said something to me in kind of a mean, nasty voice. He said, "Ha ha ha, little bald-headed man, can't guess me, I'm a gingerbread man."